Hello and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're new here. So basically, I've been wanting to do these kinds of videos for quite a while now, and I am here making it. Oh, and I have this PNG tuber thingy, I guess. I am not an artist, so don't judge the drawing, I tried my best. Although you may be wondering, why does the background look familiar? It's almost like it's from a specific movie about emotions. Well, my dear viewers, if you guessed by the title and the background, we're gonna be talking about Inside Out. Although you may be wondering, what the hell is there to talk about Inside Out? Well, if you read the title, I'm gonna be ranking the emotions based on how good they'd be as roommates. Yes, emotions. I said emotions, which means there won't be bing bong in this video. Oh, and I totally did not take inspiration from another video. Now let's get into the ranking, shall we? Obviously, the first character to start this video with would be Joy. Joy is probably the best way to start this video, as she's bubbly, cheerful, overly positive, and basically acts like a bubbly mother. Basically, she can let you do anything, as long as they're not bad, I guess. Although she can be a little annoying sometimes. In the first movie, Joy torments Sadness and won't let her do her job. But at the end of the movie, she learned that sadness is important. So I'm going to give Joy a solid A tier. But if you want an overly positive roommate, she's your pick. Now on to the next character, Sadness. This is a pretty tough one because she cries almost constantly. Now, if Sadness is my roommate and she cries, then I'd probably stand there and do nothing because I'm not good at comforting emotions. Not to mention she reads boring manuals. And she's probably a big nerd too. I'd probably give Sadness a B tier, but Sadness can be sweet sometimes, so I'll give her an A tier. Alrighty, our next character will be Disgust. Now, living with disgust can be torture. Now, if you genuinely look at Disgust's character, she's sassy. Very sassy. She's also very judgmental and honest, and she cares very deeply about looks, especially your clothes, because if you wear something she doesn't like, she'll force you to change to something better. Not to mention, she also cares deeply about food, as she'll always check the food if it contains something she doesn't like, for example, broccoli. And if it does contain something she doesn't like, she'll force you to take it out and could possibly vomit. She'll also force you to clean the entire house, and she will not help you. In conclusion, I'd give Disgust a B tier. Now on to our next character, Fear. Now, this is a rather interesting one, because this dude cares very deeply about safety. Like, he'd jerk out over the smallest thing, and you can't watch any horror movies with him without him telling you to turn it off when the movie haven't even started yet. But besides from all that, he is shown to have very high survival instincts, and I think that's a good thing. It's genuinely good to know that he cares about our well-being. So I'm going to give Fear an A tier. Now we're on to our next character, Anger. Look, he may seem like a small square gremlin, but if you look deep inside him, he is terrifying. Like, one word that isn't even offensive in the slightest, and he'll throw like 25 slurs at you. Not to mention, this dude shoots fire from his head, which could technically burn your house on fire. And the only way to not make him do it is don't let him play your computer and put a iron helmet on his head. I don't know. Not to mention, he won't let you watch any movies you like, and he'll only force you to watch the most vulgar movie in the entire world. He'll also eat everything in your fridge without your permission. And he genuinely looks like he'd smell like gunpowder too. He'll also blast heavy music every day at 3 a.m. and not letting you sleep. No matter how many times you tell him to turn it off or turn the volume down, he refuses. And that's not even the worst part. He'll wake you up very early while you look like you need some more sleep, and he'll force you to take out the trash and do chores all by yourself, and he'll not help you. Your life is gonna be a disaster. He is like a living nightmare. I do not want to go near him. I don't feel safe with him. I hate him so much. Get that thing away from me. Fortunately, though, if you're trustworthy enough for him, he could be pretty chill sometimes. And he can also comfort your emotion. Ergo that one scene from Inside Out 2. Oh, and he also reads newspapers, I guess. Now, I would put anger in D tier, but there's someone a lot worse than him, so I'll put him in C tier. Now with that out of the way, let's move on to our next character, Anxiety. Now I feel like Anxiety would be the same as Fear, except she's energetic. Very energetic. Like 1 second you blink and she's already in the living room. Hi sisters! I guess it's because she drinks like 25 energy drinks a day. Like in the movie, she drank like 6 bottles of energy drink. Unfortunately though, there's nothing much to say about her other than the fact that she could be socially awkward. So I think I'll put Anxiety in B tier. Alright, our next character on this tier list, Embarrassment. I mean, there's not much information to say about him other than the fact that he's quiet and shy, and the fact that he hides under his hoodie whenever he gets embarrassed, and the fact that he's very large. So large that he couldn't fit inside your house. I guess that's it with Embarrassment. The only other information we have about him is that he's a really sweet guy according to Anxiety. But I guess due to him being commonly large, he unfortunately has to go in B tier. Alright, bring in the next character. Oh dear. Look, just because she's small and all that stuff, that doesn't automatically make her a good roommate. I mean, she's not as bad as Anger, but she not that good either. Although, just like Embarrassment, we don't know much about her. But like, her name is literally Envy. She's envious all the time, and she can do anything with her powers to piss you off. Not to sound dramatic or anything, but I have a feeling that she would trash the house because, you know, she's a kid. Not to mention that she'd probably get jealous of your stuff and actually attempts to steal them. And no matter how many times you caught her and tell her to stop, she'll do it anyway. Look, again, we don't know that much about her, but I know that she wouldn't be a good roommate. Envy, I'm so sorry, but you're going into C tier. Alright, now we're on to our last character, Ennui. Oh, Ennui. Where do I freaking begin? Ennui is probably the worst options out of all the emotions. In fact, she's even worse than Anger. She will not help you clean the house. She will not hang out with you. She will completely ignore you. And she's always on that damn phone. And you can't do anything about that. You have to do everything all by yourself, which is really stressful and time consuming. She's pretty much completely useless. In fact, she's slothful than a sloth. I guess we all owe Anger an apology. Ennui, I'm so sorry, but you have to go to D tier. I highly do not recommend choosing her if you're stressed as hell. Oh wow, I can't believe we made it to the end of the video. This was such a fun video to make. Now here's a question. If any of these emotions were your roommate, which one are you choosing? And you only have one option. Oh, and before people in the comments will ask where's Nostalgia, I didn't include her because of these 2 reasons. One is that she has the least amount of screen time and we don't know much about her character yet. 2 is that she's literally a grandma. Why the hell would anyone want a roommate with an old lady? Alright, I think this concludes this video. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know in the comments which emotion would you want to roommate with. Goodbye and have a nice day.
Guess there's only one thing I can do to regain your love. Xbox.